Get it. It's just football. This is what we do.
The background appears magically. Technology. All right, bet.
Boing, boing, boing. All right, bet. We in the building. We live. What's the Line podcast? Week 5. It's a motherfucker. Not the dog days just yet. They're coming though. They're coming. Setting up. Tweeting it out now. Yeah, we're gonna get started. What's the Line podcast? Week 5. Core 4 in the building. Hashtag.
You want a hashtag tonight? What?
We live, baby. What's the Line podcast? Week 5. All right. You all right, man?
Nah, kids.
Anybody tailing tonight?
That over?
Yes, sir.
No, I haven't really been banging with the Thursday night, but I definitely think you're gonna get that. I was feeling the over, but what
tell me then, nigga.
That's all a lot. I should tell you, huh? I was definitely trying to fake talk through it, but I don't know that under just been so crazy on these primetime games.
Yeah, I don't be betting in prime time like that.
I'm really loving either offense, but it's just like I like the story you were telling though when you were like thinking about it for sure.
What's the number?
Oh, 0-4 on the under.
No, I mean neither team's gonna be able to run the ball, but whatever. We live right now. What's the Line podcast? Week 5.
That's how we end up skipping missing plays that we knew was going to hit. We just say whatever, let it ride. It's over, baby.
Yeah, we going with the over. That's the end.
I mean, we're definitely going with the over. But all right, let's start this up. No, we got some things to get to, some best bets, all of that. It's been a crazy week, so start it up. And we're back. Andy Up Consultant presents What's the Line podcast, week 5. I'm your host, Meticulous Mark P. Got the core 4 here today. Papa Keys, how you feeling today, my guy?
Feeling great. I'm feeling great. You know, a couple weeks off, had to shake and move, but happy. I'm good on the year. I think I'm like at 59%. Betting games this year, so profitable.
All right, Sound Man, back again. How you feeling, my guy?
Feeling good too. Had a week off myself, life. But I'm here now, man. Had a good week last week, personally, while I took off, which is wild. But we're here, man. What is it, week 5? Let's get it, man.
All right, week 5. Rome, People's Champ, how you feeling, Rome? Let's get it.
Ready to go. Week 5. Strong week last week with the Jets play. So looking to continue some sharp angles here this week.
All right. Like I said, I'm your host, Meticulous Mark P. If you don't know, we're going to review all the Sunday NFL lines that's upcoming week 5. This is what we do. Season 4. And yeah, we're just stepping it out there. We're going to get you some more wins. And all right, let's talk the games on the board, gentlemen. Rome, you got a best bet for me?
I do. So let's start it off. Best bet of the week. It's going to be the Washington Commanders catching 1.5 at home against the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, we've seen the poor display of what Washington's been able to do offensively this year. Defensively, they've been trying to, stay afloat or keep the team afloat, but they haven't also looked too sharp themselves. What I think is going to happen this weekend is they're going to get bailed out by another mediocre offense in the Titans. Remember this defensive front for the Commanders. 3 of them are already Alabama alums. I don't think they'll have any issue tackling Derrick Henry or being afraid of him in the trenches. I think that'll be an issue in which, they'll be able to solve. And I think it'll just come down to which mediocre quarterback is going to be able to produce himself to win. I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill, neither do I believe in Carson Wentz. However, here with 70% of the cash on the Titans, this line opening up at Pick'em, now up to 1.5 Titans on the road favorite. I'm going to take a home dog here, short home dog with the Washington Commanders, catching 1.5. Best bet, 70% of the cash on the Titans as of right now, 70% of the tickets on the Titans right now. I'm going to go contrarian. Thought it was the Commanders last week in Dallas. That probably was the sharp angle, but it was the wrong side. So this week, not an issue with me doubling back on a losing team or a team that I lost on last week. No problem doing that. So I'm going back to the Commanders this week, catching 1.5 at home, just being the dog in terms of, obviously the line and also the contrarian bet in terms of money.
All right, Keith, what do you think about that play? The Washington Commies catching 1.5 at home.
I mean, if you see the sheet, I think nothing of that game. I not want any parts. I don't think I'm seeing either team really well, honestly. I was shocked to see it. We didn't do our usually, ribbon and running before the pod, but I was shocked to hear that this is Rome's. Actually, I'm not shocked to hear this is Rome's best bet, because obviously, like he said, he liked it last week, and it didn't go too well for us. I really didn't like them against the Cowboys last week. We probably would have had it been going back and forth on the pod.
Let me clarify that. They weren't my best bet last week. Obviously, my best bet last week was the Jets, and they covered. But the Washington football team, they were up there. They were probably my second or third best angle last week. And I had no problem, and that was a loser.
Yeah. So. If I had to pick a side, though, I feel like I would want to ride with the, like you said, the home dog, but I wouldn't feel comfortable. It's literally a stay away from me.
All right, fans, talk to me, baby. Your Commies catching 1.5. What do you think? Or you just a fan of the game now?
Yeah, just a fan of the game. But I hate that this is the first game to talk about, right? And I hate that this is Rome's best bet, because I'm actually on the same side as Rome here. Like, this is my heart is completely out of the Commies, right? That's done. I really have nothing for them no more. So I'm not betting with my heart here. To Rome's point, man, like I watch the Titans often because I love Derrick Henry, fantasy guy. He's my running back for many years, so I watch him often. I watched him all year. The offense is very stagnant. He hasn't really gotten rolling yet, and they have no receivers to pass to. The way you beat the Commies is you throw on their terrible DBs. Like Rome said, we have these guys up front. The Bama boys, these guys are stout. They're not afraid of a Derrick Henry. I think the way that they're going to have to beat us is by running, and I don't think that's the way you beat the Commanders, and here you are. 1.5 point faves here. I think this is a commie game. Ron Rivera's, on the hot seat and lost 3 in a row. This is just a game they just shouldn't win, albeit the Titans aren't like a godly team here, but this is a game the commies shouldn't win, and this is a game they're probably going to win and get the fans back on the fandom here. I'm not confident enough to say it's my best bet because I have nothing for the commies. They've let me down 3 weeks in a row, and just overall. So I got nothing for that, but I do believe they'll win this game. So I'll take the commies here. They're green on my sheet. I have Who Are We, the Commanders here. So, I'm here with the commies on this one over the Titans.
Hey man, no backtracking for me. Let me just be very clear. This is my best bet of the week. No backtracking. I'm not confident. I don't care. I like the Commanders this week. You talk about a guy in Ron Rivera that's on the hot seat. You talk about an offense a Titans team that was the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. Number 1 seed in pro football last year on the AFC side. And here they are. Line opens at Pick'em on the road against a terrible Commanders team this year. That's the story. The story is in the line. Number 1 AFC team from last year, Pick'em on the road against the Commanders team that's basically the worst team in football right now. Am I wrong or right? So, it's just right there. Super confident. No backtracking on this one. Love it.
All right. I don't have any really thoughts on it. So, fully transparent, it's been a hell of a week for me. Haven't been able to get in all of these lines. I do have a best bet, however, but I have no feelings on that game. Not just yet. The week is still young for the kid. But let's go to my best bet. is we're just going to be in this season. I don't know if y'all can see my background, baby. 305 Phil, baby. 305 Phil. I'm on South Beach.
Yes, sir.
I'm running my Teddy Checkdown. Miami Dolphins minus the 3.5. Give me the hook. I wanted more with the hook. I love this game. I think the Jets faulty final last week. We know that they scored 14 in the fourth quarter. Rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Hey. No faulty final stuff. Jets came back and covered against the Browns.
Listen. This is my best bet. You want to bet on the wins in those guys? You do that. This is my best bet, all right? Faulty finals, that's how I win. So faulty final last week with these Pittsburgh, those two interceptions in the fourth quarter. Oh, Jets scored 14 in the fourth quarter. Isn't that a coincidence? Dolphins.
It was a rookie quarterback.
Dolphins 18-13-1 against the spread after a loss since 2018. But really, what this is really about is Teddy Checkdown. Teddy Bridgewater against the spread, 43-21 as a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater against the spread on the road, 24-6 as a quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't need to say much else, but let's talk about the Mike McDaniel friendly offense. We know this team is going to try to at least establish a run in some way, but it's a quarterback friendly offense, but it's pretty much plug and play. If you look at Tua's numbers, his yards per attempt were pretty much the same. Just got better playmakers out there, and I'm going to ride with these playmakers and fade the Jets, who giving up at least 24 points in 3 out of 4 games. Only game was against awful Pittsburgh. They gave up 20. So I'm going to fade them. Minus 3.5, Miami Dolphins. Catch me on South Beach, winning tickets. All right, Ron, what do you think?
I'm not mad at it. I mean, obviously Teddy covers. I knew where you were going with that angle. I'm not mad at it, but it's my only thing was a faulty final. I mean, we talk about the line is a line. Whatever the final score is the final score.
I don't understand what you're saying with the fault. Like, this is how I handicap games. This is like how I win against the spread. I'm not saying that the final is everything, but it is a part of the handicap. Yes, faulty finals.
Okay, so the same way you're saying that, we can go back to Jets Browns when the Jets scored 17 points in 2 minutes. Is that a faulty final when they win on the road?
Yes, that's the definition of a faulty final. So I mean,
I don't buy it.
You said you don't buy it. What do you? I don't understand what you're saying, Ron.
I just don't believe those are faulty finals. I think a football game is 60 minutes. And if a team comes back from 16 points in 2 minutes, that team deserves to win the game, and the team that lost the game deserves to have lost the game. And that's what happened in Cleveland with the Jets. And that's exactly what happened in Pittsburgh with a rookie quarterback that got trotted out there mid-game to win a ball game. That's not a faulty final. You're not expected to win that game with your backup quarterback, that being the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was on the Jets last week and it came home and it was the right side the whole game.
Right. Yeah, that was week 4. We're on week 5. Who you on? You fading me or you riding?
Stay away from me on this one.
All right, there we go. Keith, what do you think about the pick?
It's all good, P. I'm definitely riding. It's the best bet for me as well. And just obviously the
double best bet.
Double best bet. I'm gonna talk about a little different angles. If you look at the look ahead line, this Rome talk. If you look at the look ahead line, the Dolphins were -6. Tua's been playing well. I know it's a small sample size, but if you look at the numbers, Teddy Bridgewater did just as well as Tua's been playing all year when he came in last week. Half a game, of course, but like you said, over his career, Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy check down, Teddy covers. He covers the spread. He has a game that is good for on the road. It's not these Jets are not, they're a little gassed up to me. To me, they're a downgrade when they put the younger quarterback in. You saw how they were playing a little more fast paced, throwing the ball way more, maybe not as effectively, but definitely throwing the ball more. I don't think I'm downgrading the Jets and I'm upgrading the Dolphins. I'm playing this at 3.5, thinking that Tua is not 2.5, almost 3 betting points better than Teddy Bridgewater. The hook, marginally scary. If you can get it down to 3 and pay less than 20 cents, something like that, I would consider it. But I'm not too scared of the hook. Give me the 3.5. It's the best bet for me as well.
All right, Soundman, what are your thoughts? Fan, what do you think about the game?
Yeah, I really don't have too much for this. Like you had a long week, but I just can't fade ever. Just riding with the Jets. I have nothing for them, and I do like the Mike McDaniel, whatever his last name is. He's a guy, he's a guy, very
Black
tricky
man.
guy. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, 3-0 before Tua goes out. Had the Dolphins flying high. Divisional game here is definitely important. So I think he comes out here. All your Tua, excuse me, not Tua stats, your Teddy stats are amazing as well. So. I'm riding with you, man. I got nothing for the Jets, so I love the Dolphins here as well.
All right. Looks like a triple like double best bet. All right. Keys, you got a best bet or you want to go through the slate first? It's all good. No pressure.
So I mean, no, I feel you. The Dolphins were definitely one of them, and my second one is a little weary, but just looking at the slate, it was between the Cowboys and the Giants for me. Crazy, both two NFC teams, but I think I'm gonna stick with the Giants on the neutral field. But I think I like them better traveling. They proven to be pretty solid on the road. The only thing that would I would be worried put out to the listeners is I'm definitely listening out. I'm not playing it yet. I'm listening out to see what Daniel Jones' health looks like. Last year when he played a little banged up, he didn't look good. But this 8 points with these two teams that love to run the ball, that's what they want to do. They actually play, these are two of the slowest teams in the league. And we have a very low total. So I'm not expecting the Giants to come out here and win. I'm not playing the money line. I'm playing this +8 because I love the number. If you look at, the total and what the total is suggesting with the spread, they're saying that the game is going to be like 24-16. Packers win. I'm just betting that it's going to be 24-17 is what I'm telling you. And the way the game script is going, both teams are going to run the ball. I think both teams are going to run the ball effectively. Give me the road team on a neutral field. Give me the underdog on a neutral field.
No, I like how you got into that. So I think we could still, fill that process out. I know both teams are not on the road. Giants are playing in London, but which NFC East team would you rather catch the points with here? For me, I think it'll be the Cowboys. Although 5.5, it's kind of getting in that territory, but it's like, but I can't really do it just because I think the Rams are in a pretty good position off of a loss. But I would definitely rather catch it with the Cowboys. Considering that this line opened at 7, Rams are pretty one-dimensional, and that's kind of how the Cowboys want to play, is attack your quarterback, not necessarily have to defend, the versatile passing and running game. So I would probably rather catch the 5.5 with the boys, but I think that Giants play is definitely a good play, especially we know how Aaron Rodgers doesn't necessarily play that well when he goes to like places that he may like we've seen, California, go back home, London. I think this is this is a big trip. So I definitely like that 8 points as well. We know how well the Giants have done as a road dog, although they're not in that spot. So I think there's value there too. But Sound Man, NFC East teams, which one would you rather catch the points with, Cowboys or Giants?
Ironically, a guy like me would rather catch it with the Cowboys. I feel like I've rode for the Cowboys on here like twice this year, which is unbecoming of me.
I actually have a drop of you saying I like the Cowboys. I'm going to start plugging that in.
Yeah, I just don't. I hate that for me. But I really don't. It's not so much of the Cowboys. It's the Rams, man. I'm just not too big on the Rams this year, man. I feel like I'm just not a fan of the Rams this year. Also, the Cowboys, they always are in California, so this is like a second home game for them. They're on the road out there. Dak may or may not play. Really don't care if he does or doesn't play here. I think it's just like another one of those Cowboy games that they fuck around and just get a win somehow. I think they can win this game outright, honestly, over the 5.5 here. I think you can go out here, torch this guy, Jalen Ramsey, some more, keep torturing him, and it's like a game you would probably expect for the Rams to win, and this is just like a Cowboy game to win. So I'd rather catch it with the Cowboys here versus the Giants overseas. I really don't have much for anything overseas. Those games are always weird, so if I had to pick two, I'm definitely taking Cowboys with the points at this point.
All right, Rome, if you could ride with any of these NFC East teams, Giants and Cowboys, which one would you catch the points with?
I don't know. I'm not betting on the overseas games. You can throw that one out the window, but I do like what the Giants are doing this year. 5.5 seems to never cover, but the Rams are in a spot where they need to cover. Cooper Rush, I would love to fade his ATS mark of 3-0 ATS, So I'll take I'd rather catch it with the Giants, but it's more so a play because I actually like the Rams covering that 5.5 on the road.
All right, there it is. As we get into the next game on the board, we know hey, baby Keith's in the building. We know all AFC West teams and NFC West team or AFC North teams and NFC West teams under the current regimes. Our money against the spread is road dogs. We got a Steelers team catching 14 at the Bills. I definitely got a strong lean on the Steelers plus the 14 points. Just Tomlin, in his bag. Historically, the Steelers have never caught this much points. His pretty prideful organization. So that's pretty bulletin material. Definitely for me.
They haven't caught this many points. Steelers are the only team in pro football modern history to not catch 14 points. The only time they caught anything close to that was 13.5 against Buffalo Bills in '92. And they covered that spread.
There we go. So I would definitely catch it with the Steelers here plus the 14, especially with the rookie quarterback getting the full week of first team reps. And then, like I said, we know the Steelers 32-23-2 against the spread as a road dog under head coach Mike Tomlin. And Bills, look ahead, getting ready for the Chiefs next week, revenge game. And Steelers beat this team last year. So I think there's some value on the Steelers here plus 14. Rome, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just said it. That's all I have, though. I'd probably stay away from this one.
All right, Keith, what do you think about this game? Steelers catching 14 at the Bills. Bills in a sort of a look-ahead situation. Chiefs next week.
So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those weird games where the line makes me go all over the place emotionally, where I want to like it, I want to stay away, but ultimately it comes down to a lean to me with the Steelers. And it's just there's a little emotion there. I always get shades of when the Bills were favored by 17 points early in the year, and they lost outright to a much I think it was the Jets or something, and it literally knocked me out the survivor pool and everything. And I just don't trust this Bills team with these high spreads. And honestly, I saw some stuff that I think this may be the largest the Steelers have been underdog since the merger, something crazy like that. This is definitely only the third time that Mike Tomlin's been a double digit underdog in his career. One of the other times was literally week 7 of his first year of his career. So I'm gonna have a slight lean with the Steelers here because you don't see this often. But at the same token, you have the Bills. They have some motivation here, revenge game. I'm pretty sure the Steelers blew them out last year in a funny game that people were not. Were not expecting. So you have that factor. So at the end of the day, ultimately it's a slight lean with the Steelers, but I wanted to stay away. But
All right, Salman, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I'm staying away just for the one point of Keith saying that you never know with these Bills and these large spreads. I got nothing for it.
All right, next game. We got 2 games. 2 teams laying over a touchdown at home. Vikings laying 7.5 against the Bears, and the Bucks laying 9.5 in division against the Falcons. Salman, which team would you rather lay the points with?
Give me the Vikings here. Got nothing for the Tom Brady, Giselle Bucks right now. A lot of turmoil there. I got nothing for him. Head might not be in the game right now. Mid-season, late-season Bucks, I'm all over. Right now, I got nothing for him. Here's a chance for the Vikings to go 3-0 in the division very early in the year, and I think they take advantage of it. We all know these Bears stink, really, really bad. And I think it's time for, the Vikings over here to assert some dominance at home. Goal chance will reign high. They got nothing. Bears shouldn't even be in this one. It shouldn't be. It might just be ugly in this game, personally, to me. I think this is an easy win for them. Their offense has been sputtering, obviously. Just had that fun game overseas. So they're trying to get back on track here, and they've just been in the division 2-0 already. So let's get 3-0 right here, and let's keep it pushing here. I would love the Vikings over the Bucks at home with the points, because it's obviously 7.5 and 9.5. So give me the Vikings here.
All right, Keys, what do you think?
I have a slight. I mean, I lean both ways, but I definitely feel way more comfortable. It's closer to a don't like, or maybe go the other way with the Vikings Bears. But I definitely would rather lay the points here with the Bucks at home. The 9.5 is. I mean, I guess a little. He got bet up to 9.5. I definitely love it way more at the look ahead at the 8. 9.5 is like is a little weary, but I'm expecting them to come out and kind of just to be like a get right game for them. This is the first time I feel like we're going to see their offense at somewhere marginally full strength. Tom Brady's going to have his weapons. That's been like the thing that's holding them back this year. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, the defense has been playing stout. Looking at your numbers, 7-3 after a loss. The Falcons 9-14-1 after a win since 2018. So the Falcons may be a little juiced up. The line movement doesn't suggest that. But when you ask me just plainly which one of these teams I'd rather back, it's definitely the Bucs in this situation trending up. The banged up Falcons, I would think, are trending down. They've been playing. We've been saying it all year. They've been playing pretty well. So I'll take the Bucs at home here.
Yeah, Falcons undefeated against the spread this year, 4-0 currently. Can somebody go on the Discord? I'm live right now on the Instagram. Somebody go on the Discord now, resources channel. I put something about rookie head coaches land 6 or more. But yeah, so just give me that stat. Yeah, the Bucs. I would rather catch it lay it with the Bucs. Lost back-to-back games at home. Falcons, no Cordell Patterson. That's kind of how they won last week. And anybody look at Mariota's stats last week? Not really good.
Completed passes. And to your point, one of those L's with the rookie head coaches laying more than 7 points were these Vikings early in the season.
Yes, yeah, it was one of these. So, and what's the stat? Do you have it, Keith?
I'm logging in now.
I got it. Rookie head coaches land 6 points or more, 29-47-2 since 2012.
Right, now it's 29-48-2 since 2012. This is a rookie head coach in the Vikings laying more than the 6 points. So I don't even want to get involved in that. I think there's a Bucs team that looked like they found sort of a stride in that second half of the Chiefs game last week. So I would rather lay it with the Bucs minus the 9.5. Terrell takes away Mike Evans. I still got like 3 more guys I could throw to get me down the field. So I'd rather lay it with the Bucs. But yeah, I think Soundman, you said you still sticking with the Vikings?
I sure am.
All right, I respect it. It's an interesting game on the board for me. I want to talk this one out because I was sort of leaning towards my these beloved Carolina Panthers of mine. Although I don't know, maybe Rome should be here for this one, talk me off a ledge or talk me into the ledge. But 49ers land 6.5 at the Panthers, total 38.5. Soundman, what are your thoughts on this game?
I would need a ledge too, man. I have nothing for the Panthers. Like, I haven't watched the Panthers. I don't know what's going on with the Panthers. You told me yesterday that 31st in passing. I really don't know what's going on over there, bro. Like, don't see too much of them on Red Zone. I'm not turning one of my 4 TVs at them. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm not watching film on them. I have nothing for them. But also, I've seen the 49ers and them to lay 6.5 with a sputtering offense. It's not like their offense moves or anything like that. It's not like it's a great offense or anything like that. So for them to lay 6.5 on the road, and me not knowing anything about these Panthers besides the fact that they suck and Matt Rule and all this shit, I have nothing for this game. So hopefully somebody else does. It ain't me. I got nothing for this game, man.
All right, Keith, you any thoughts on this game? 49ers land 6.5 at Carolina.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of thoughts, but I will keep it short because ultimately I definitely agree with Soundman. I love this game at the 3.5, and I think a lot of people did. Betting it up to 6.5 is just way too much on the road. I think this is the lowest total of the week. It should be if it's not. Yeah. I don't know why it isn't. A game where you just never want to back the Panthers. When you're looking at this game, you think, well, what's the worst unit on the field? It's either the Panthers defense or the Panthers offense. Pick your, and a situation where the 49ers are obviously really juiced up. You saw 3 points of movement. They looked really good on a Monday night. But if you look at the movement, I think this was moving even before Monday. Like you got like another point and a half after the Monday night game yesterday, but I think it was moving even like throughout Monday before the game. So I mean, it just hurts me. Like Vegas is like twisting your arm and like, yeah, I know you want to bet the 49ers. Come on, pay me my money. It's like, I don't want to do that. It's so easy for me to just stay away from this spot. Like I wish, I was on it that much that I could get them at 3.5 and love it. You know what I mean? It would be very sick. But so yeah, at 6.5, I couldn't, in good conscience, tell anybody who was listening to this to be like, yeah, man, go put your money on that. Although, like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be super surprised if they cover because the Panthers have been that bad.
Yeah, Panthers have been that bad. I think defensively they've shown like they can do a few things. Carolina opponents passing yards per game, they're 13th right now. I think that 49ers, though, dealing with some cluster injuries at O-line. Their backup tackle after Trent Williams is also out this week. So, the Brian Burns and Derek Browns of the world, that's on that Panthers defensive line. I think they can make some noise. So there's definitely a way to attack this game. I probably wouldn't want to lay it or catch it with either team. But if I can catch that, maybe that 49ers team total, I mean, they're laying 6.5. The total is Panthers probably 15.5. So the 49ers probably at 22.5 on the road off a big Monday night game, traveling West Coast to East Coast. I'm not sure if they score that many points here. So I just think there's a way to attack this game, especially with the cluster injuries out. But there's no way I'm riding with the Panthers.
I'm setting the scene as you're talking about it. I'm setting the scene right now in my head where everybody and their mom throws the 49ers in on their teaser. And these Panthers come out here and win outright and just crush everyone. So not even like beat them. Those fluky games too. It's like it just kills everybody, everything. I can't mess with this.
I will also play a defensive prop touchdown in this, right? We've seen both Panthers, I know, of scoring a defensive touchdown in the last 2 games. I just saw the 49ers do it Monday night. So I think there may be like some extreme value in that, especially, when those teams try to play like the field position game, keep them within the 20 or whatever, have them to drive 85 yards, one bad pass, take it to the house. So I think there's some value there for the a defense to score a touchdown. All right, let's get through the rest of the slate. We got a couple teams. All right, Chargers laying. What are they laying? 1.5. Chargers are. Anybody see that line? I'm missing that line.
It's 2.5.
Yes, 2.5. Chargers at the Browns. Chargers laying 2.5. Total of 47.5. Any thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at a prime opportunity to get some free chicken. I don't know where Salman here is, but I see that we got conflicting likes here, and this is his guy. This is his guy. I'm willing to throw it out there and just lead with that. That could be the lead. Because I really do have I think it's a like on the Browns. I definitely see there's a obvious path to this bet going sideways, and that's when if the Browns get down early. They're definitely not a team that you like to play from behind. Yeah. The Chargers are a team that can score points. But if you look at it, they have not been. The Browns have scored more points than them this season. The Browns have allowed less points than them this season. We've been saying it. Where's Rome? I wish I could see his face. Jacoby Brissett. It's like, I don't know. We've been saying it, honestly. I don't know. But he's been playing some okay ball. So is it like for me with the Browns? And I'm assuming that they will get out here and establish themselves, run the ball. Cover this spread.
All right, Simon, what do you think about this game?
I'll do the chicken sandwich, man. Fuck it. Ain't made a bet. Ain't made a chicken sandwich bet all year, man. Why not? I'm gonna ride with the Chargers here, man. It was 2.5, man. I think this is definitely. I don't think it's gonna be, somebody's blowing somebody out. I definitely can see this as the field goal type of game in which these Chargers win by 3 and I cash out. So I'm vibing with that. I think the Chargers, man, a lot has been talked about them. As Keith just said, I mean, they haven't been performing to what they should have. I'm still right there in the thick of things in the division. And I think this game is more important than them. Well, honestly, it's probably more important than the Browns because that division is wide open too. But I really don't have anything for Jacoby Brissett. I don't, like, cool. He's played some ball. They got him 2-2. Who cares? You're right. Run the damn ball. Chargers defense hasn't been what it's supposed to be, and all those names on there. But maybe this is a game where they come out and establish themselves or try to get back on track. We're in week 5, so the time is now to kind of get your identity here. Go on the roads. 10 o'clock game for the Chargers. They're super banged up also as well. It's kind of crazy, but I thought, as banged up as they were going to play the Texans, albeit they are the Texans, I thought they were going to come out and sputter. They came out very hot. Granted, they let the Texans come back. They're probably not feeling too good about that, coming off that blowout with the Jags. So now it's like, let's go play these Browns and let's get right on track here. and I think they win this game outright. So I love the 2.5 on the road, even if it is that field goal again. Cash me out. Let's get the chicken sandwich going. They got a new spicy grilled one, so that's what I'll be getting with this win here. You know what I mean?
Roll 170, baby. Roll 170.
Uh-huh.
For me personally, I mean, like I said, long week. I just lean the Browns, catching the points. But like he said, you definitely want them to get out to a quick start. I might live bet this one. This might be a
Yeah, I
live
was
bet.
going to say this is one of those games where after the fourth quarter, I honestly feel better live betting it. Like after you see, how teams are going to come out and react.
Right.
But I had to put my foot in the ground somewhere. I did want to mention before we move on. I think the Browns are going to get both their edge rushers back. I think Clowney and Myles Garrett should be playing this week, so bodes well for me. Hopefully,
That's definitely worth at least a half a point. Probably a full point with both of them. All right. Looks like we got a couple teams laying points here. Saints are laying 5.5 at home. Patriots are laying 3. I know me. I would definitely rather. I probably wouldn't want to touch either of these games. But Lions catching 3. It's pretty explosive offense. Sound man, I think you might like that as well.
Absolutely. I don't know if I have one today, a Soundman special, but I'm gonna be looking at this is the game that I'm looking at. Like this is one of them that I gotta wake up and be like, all right, the Lions will win this damn game, man. Right now, I'm here for the Lions to win this game. My mind could change by Sunday because you never know. I feel like, man, Dan Campbell, man, he's got his guys playing. They're playing great offense. They just cannot play defense, right? Patriots aren't scoring a fucking thing. Patriots are playing good fucking defense as well, right? I think this is a game as a Dan Campbell that you go into New England and you say, fuck it. I'm a for real coach right here, right now, and you win this damn game outright. Something that's scaring me right now is these Patriots are really playing defense. They have the top 2 rated corners right now, randomly, statistically, in the NFL. So it's kind of nuts. So you got this high flying offense and you got these 2 corners. So it's just like, what's going to happen here? Is Armon going to play? Is Swift playing? What's going on with the offense here? So this is, for me, Sunday, wake up, you know what, get some actives and actives here. And this will be the one, you know what, this is the dog I might take on Sunday. But I love the Lions here. Going here, yes, we know who Bill Belichick is. He played a hell of a game last week. Everybody was surprised that he had these. Who did they play last week? The Packers.
Yep.
Had him to the end with Zappy there. It's Bill Belichick. You got to respect him here, and I do respect him here. But I do think this is Dan Campbell. Let me be the guy. Let me go into Foxborough.
Gotta respect that. Yep.
So let me go into Foxborough and win this. So I'm leaning Lions right now, personally, right now. But this could, it could be a Soundman special, but it's gonna be too late on Sunday. So
all right, Keith, look like you got a lean. So on the Seahawks though?
Yeah. Oh, so those were the 2 things. I was wondering what.
I'm just kind of putting them together, but I mean, it looks like you lean on that one. But
it's actually closer to I'll touch on it briefly. It's closer to a with the Patriots for me. I actually disagree with Soundman. Everything you said about Dan Campbell, like that first soliloquy, you could just say the same thing and then insert Bill Belichick's name, and it sounds way more believable. But if I had to pick which one, I'm definitely loving the Seahawks to cover the points as the road dog over the Lions this week. These Seahawks, Geno Smith was who I was thinking about when I was about to give the Rome professional quarterback tag to Brissett. And I was tripping. I was like, wait, no, it's definitely not Brissett. But Geno Smith has been playing decent, way better than what you were thinking they were. I feel like everyone, even if at most modestly, since week 1, you've upgraded the Seahawks just a tad. They're still probably one of the worst teams in the league, albeit. But I'll give me them getting this plus 5.5 against the Saints, who are also not that good. I actually downgraded them, in my head since the start of the season. We still have no word on Jameis Winston. Not to say he's that much better than Andy Dalton, but the Dolphins definitely looks a little different. It looks like an offense that will cover a 5.5 much more than with Andy Dalton. Right. And to Rome's point, that 5.5 is just one of those icky numbers. It never covers. And I'm just riding with these Seahawks, until they prove me wrong, I guess.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks pretty good play as well. Saints just that home field though it must be it's something must be stated about that.
Mhm.
But all right, 2 games left on the board. Jaguars are laying 7. Any strong feelings about this one? I lean Jaguars, could turn into a like later in the week. Any strong feelings about this one?
I also lean Jaguars. I feel like it's one of those things where if it got any lower, I would love it. Jaguars. The flat 7 is why it's just a lean for me. Division game. But man, I thought Davis. I was one of those guys that like in the cut, like Davis Mill's not that bad. Davis Mill like all summer, but like no, he actually is. He's not. He's not good at all. This Texans offense is like. I don't know. They're rebuilding. They're a rebuilding team, and this is a Jaguars team who's been rebuilding. And this is looking like a year that I definitely expect them to regress at some point. But for right now, I'm still going to lean with them to cover this flat 7 at home. Although I think there's some stats that say like the Texans always beat them, like the way the Jaguars always beat the Colts. I'm pretty sure the Texans always beat the Jags. Maybe it's some motivation there. I'm pretty sure they swept them last year. The Texans, that is, swept the Jaguars. Someone can double check that. But yeah, I like them to cover at home, but I lean with them to cover at home. Let me get my verbiage right. It's definitely not a like for me. If we could have got it early in the week, but I think it was lower than 7, I would probably be closer to a like.
All right, Sal, man, any thoughts on this game? Jaguars laying 7 against Texans?
Don't have too many thoughts. To Keith's points, the Texans did sweep them last year, so I mean motivation there. 7 points. I'm not the fan of it. I've been feeling these Texans. I mean, there was a Soundman special. They let me down, but I've been feeling them overall as a team. Like again, last week against the Chargers, they were down. They started coming back. They ultimately lost, didn't cover, but they got some fight in them. And it's a divisional game, obviously on the road, of course. So I'm a little weary of just 7 points for a divisional game. So I really don't have too much for it. I wouldn't touch it personally, though.
Yeah, Jags have made me money so far couple weeks this season. Last week, they cost me a little money on that Eagles team total went over. But, Texans, I can't do it. But, yeah, I lean Jaguars, could turn into a like, but 7's a lot in division. Last game on the board for us, Eagles laying 5 at the Cardinals. Salman, what do you think about this one?
Also don't have much for this as well, man. Like, obviously I've seen the Eagles. They're making me eat my words. I thought it was a fluke. Obviously they're 4-0, and these Cardinals are a weird team right now as well. So I don't know about the Cardinals. NFC West, I like those guys, but I really haven't watched too much of the Cardinals. I haven't caught up too much with the Cardinals besides that comeback win, sadly, against some guys, Raiders up here. But, I really don't know too much about them, and I'm preying on the Eagles' downfall at this point. So I would love to go Cardinals, but I really don't know much about these two teams.
You didn't play the pleaser last week? Cardinals -9.5? Come on,
I was with you though in spirit in the group text though. Trust me.
I tried to send it. I was like, I'm all right. Keys, any thoughts on this game? Eagles laying 5 at the Cardinals.
It's a very, very, very slight lean with me with the Cardinals. And honestly, looking at everything that's going on, I couldn't tell you why. Like it was close to a stay. It was honestly close to a stay away. I'm looking for situations to fade the Eagles. They're super hot right now. If you look at a lot of stuff that was going on in their games, it was like while they looked good for sure, some of the stuff was a little fluky. Opposing teams are dropping some interceptions, stuff like that. Where it's just like, you're still coming away with drives with points. So I'm gonna lean with the Cardinals here at home. Give 5 points. You're telling me that the Eagles are better than a touchdown, more than a touchdown, better than them, like on a neutral. It's hard for me to buy it right now. It's only been 4 games. I know the Eagles look really good, but it's only been 4 games, and I am riding with the Eagles. But right now, I'm looking for situations to fade them because I think they're just a little too steamed up right now.
All right, yeah, for me, I would, I've definitely been impressed by the Eagles. Although they've had some scoring issues, they don't score that many points in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely
the opposite of the Cardinals,
right? So, but one thing I think you can, and I think this is a nice way to get out of here before we get to tease me picks. I think one way that you can fade them is this 5 on the road has not been covered, and we know it's best to play numbers, not teams. So that 5 on the road, that was New Orleans in week 1, right? That was the Eagles in week 1, right? So they were laying 5 on the road. I think that catching 5 at home has some value. So I'll just leave it at that. So I lean Cardinals just because of that, just because of the number. But before we get out of here, tease me picks, gentlemen. 2 teams, 6 points. Guess I'll start with me. I got to do the Vikings -1. I don't want to lay 6 or more with them, but I will do that. And then lately, like I said, it's just been about numbers with me. The Wong teasers, if y'all don't know, give me the +8.5 with Cleveland as well. So yeah, I can get +8.5. +8.5 with Cleveland. Vikings pick them. Keith, what do you got?
All right, for me, for the teasers, I hope no one has like a very sharp memory because I'm literally about to do it. I'm about to put the what was the game that way? No, should I do it? All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tease the Seahawks up. Easy one. Tease the Seahawks up to +12.5. Don't get blown out, Gino. Go out there, show some pride type of situation. And then I'm actually gonna tease the Steelers up to +3 touchdowns. Literally, you can't get blown out, but nothing more than that. Tease the Steelers up to +21.
No, you're 20. They're 14 right now. You're 6.
Okay, +20. So don't get blown out.
All right, Sound Man, tease me pick before we get out of here.
Teasing the Vikings down to -1.5, and I'm teasing the Commies to +7.5.
All right, so I'm not gonna switch mine around. We'll stick with it. All right. Tease me picks. Best bets already been given out. So that is the show, unless Soundman has a Soundman special for us. All right, there it is. See y'all next week. What's the Line podcast? Anti-Up Consulting. Let's make this money.
No Soundman special. You started with like, this is gonna be the Soundman, but whatever game we started with, you were like, this is the Soundman special.
Lying. What are you doing? You ain't gotta go
lying. He literally did the whole podcast lying.
I'm not strong, bro. Doesn't feel
been
right.
A week, bro. I haven't been able to get into shit like I wanted.
Yeah,
I like
bro.
the Dolphins.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I listened to RJ this morning. I'm hyped up.
Oh, word. Dolphins is great. That was his best bet.
What did they fucked with? I don't even remember. I was low-key, I be fucking with the other cousins more. So I just be listening to the podcast. I fuck with Fez, low-key. That's my guy. But what did they all definitely fucked with I think they was fucking with it was mixed bag on the Browns. The Dolphins was like the triple. Everybody fucked with the Dolphins.
Okay. I like that. 305.
Yeah, everybody fucked with the Dolphins. I didn't get to listen to every single game. That shit was like 3 hours long.
Bro, they don't just be. I be listening to them sometimes. Just get, bro. That's how I keep my ear to the gambling streets. See when everybody talking about some other guys as well.
There's some guy out there that's like he's moving lines, basically. I gotta figure out who they're talking about. Someone's out there moving lines. Like yeah, but he's out there early in the week swag. Like
usually though, it hit me Saturday night, Sunday morning. So I'm gonna have a play. I'm trying to do like I did last. Them Cardinals last week. Come on.